The piano starts already settled, like it arrived before me. Every note feels balanced between what was and what will be. There's no pressure toward movement, no reason to climb. The sound exists comfortably in time. I don't brace for emotional arrival or fear. Some endings don't announce themselves, they appear. What we were doesn't feel distant or near, just placed like something finished quietly with grace. I used to expect the drop afterward, now I don't. It's already settled, nothing to fix. The piano holds the strings, arrive and coexist. No moment left to edit, it's already said. Oh, the tempo moves like steady ground, unafraid. It doesn't frame the feeling as fragile or delayed. The orchestra widens briefly, then recedes. It understays exactly what this ending needs. I start questioning the lack of drama or release. Some endings don't arrive with feeling, they decrease. And in the decrease, something stabilizes, something real, not relief exactly. But still, if calm feels ordinary, that's enough. It's already settled, nothing to fix. The piano holds the strings, arrive and coexist. No moment left to edit it, it's already said. Oh, maybe love doesn't need an aftermath. Maybe this is it. If nothing else arrives after this sound, I'll sit. Extended bridge, the melody repeats with softer edges. Less need, it doesn't seek permission, it recedes. I feel the quiet align my breath, even slow. Nothing here is asking me to go. The orchestra swells gently once, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. It was already settled, and I stayed as the final harmony faded to air. I didn't sway, no echo left unsettled. It was already settled. Oh, the piano stops naturally, like it always knew. The piano begins after everything, after the wait. Every note feels unconcerned with being late. There's no urgency in the sound, no need to climb. It moves like something comfortable with time. I don't wait for the ache to arrive or fear. Some endings don't come with pain, they clear. What we were doesn't lean into the present or ask. It stands exactly where it ended, intact. I notice how still my thoughts have become. Without effort, nothing is pushing forward, nothing backward. There's no space I need to fill with meaning or voice. The quiet feels less like absence, more like choice. I used to expect the fall afterward, now I expect ground. This is after everything, when nothing remains loud. The piano stays, the strings surround, then bow out. No chapter frame the moment as dramatic or dark. The orchestra enters like a white breath and slows. It doesn't ask the ending where it goes. I stop preparing for emotional return or proof. Ooh, some endings don't transform you, they smooth. And smoothing doesn't feel like forgetting, it feels fair, like something no longer asking to be carried. The harmony stretches longer than before, not rising. It doesn't chase feeling, it's residing. I let the sound repeat itself again and again. Each time it feels lighter than when. If peace feels ordinary, then it worked. This is after everything, when nothing remains loud. The piano stays, the strings surround, then bow out. No chapter left unfinished. This is after everything. The melody opens into silence, then waits. It doesn't fear the quiet, it relates. I breathe inside the space it leaves behind. Slow, nothing here is asking me to go. Oh, the orchestra swells gently, then releases the air. It leaves the ending open fair. This was after everything, and I remained as the final harmony faded away. Nothing strained, no echo rearranging. This was after everything, extended after everything. Piano continues alone a little longer, then stops. The silence feels intentional. The piano starts already settled, like it arrived before me. Every note feels balanced between what was and what will be. There's no pressure toward movement, no reason to climb. The sound exists comfortably in time. I don't brace for emotional arrival or fear. Some endings don't announce themselves, they appear. What we were doesn't feel distant or near, just placed like something finished quietly with grace. I used to expect the drop afterward, now I don't. It's already settled, nothing to fix. The piano holds, the strings arrive and coexist. No moment left to edit, it's already settled. The tempo moves like steady ground, unafraid. It doesn't frame the feeling as fragile or delayed. The orchestra widens briefly, then recedes. It understands exactly what this ending needs. I stop questioning the lack of drama or really. Some endings don't arrive with feeling, they decrease, and in that decrease something stabilizes, something real, not relief exactly, but still, if calm feels ordinary, that's enough. It's already settled, nothing to fix. doesn't need an aftermath. Maybe this is it. If nothing else arrives after this sound, I'll sit. Extended bridge, the melody repeats with softer edges. Less need, it doesn't seek permission, it recedes. I feel the quiet align my breath, even slow. Nothing here is asking me to go. The orchestra swells gently once, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. It was already settled, and I stayed as the final harmony faded to air. I didn't sway, no echo left unsettled. It was already settled. The piano stops naturally, like it always knew when. The piano begins without looking back, like it never learned how. Every note arrives independent of then or now. There's no suggestion of recurrence, no refrain. The sound moves forward softly, unchained. I don't anticipate the feeling resurfacing or pain. Some endings don't circle around, they remain. What we had doesn't knock on memory, it rests like something finished. Honestly, at best, I used to think meaning lived in echoes, not the turns, and nothing needs to. The piano moves, the strings respond and fall through. No door reopening burns, nothing returns. The tempo holds its shape deliberately, unchanged. It doesn't escalate emotion, it behaves. The orchestra enters like distance, wide and thin. It doesn't pull me outward, it lets me in. I stop assigning lessons to the silence or gain. Some endings don't reward you, they explain. And what they explain is simple and clear, that I am still intact here. If peace doesn't feel instructional, it still counts, and nothing needs to. The piano moves, the strings respond and fall through. No door reopening burns, nothing returns. Maybe love isn't meant to repeat itself, maybe it's meant to pass. If this is all it leaves behind, it lasts. Extended bridge, the harmony stretches longer now, not higher. It doesn't chase emotion, it retires. I remain inside the steady sound, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra swells one final time, then fades. It leaves the space unafraid. Find a return, and I didn't wait. As the final chord dissolved to silence, I stayed. No echo underneath, nothing returns. The sound ends once and stays ended. The piano begins like a resting place, not a beginning. Every note feels uninterested in winning. There's no tension in the opening, no arc to defend. The sound feels comfortable at the end. I don't search the silence for your voice, I let it be. The quiet doesn't feel empty, it feels complete. What we had doesn't knock on memory or press. It rests where it belongs, at rest. I notice how time feels unforced here, almost slow, not dragging, not rushing, just going. There's nothing asking for my reaction, no cue. The music plays without concern for what I do. I used to think endings needed weight, now I know they need space. This is where it rests without return. The piano speaks, the strings respond. Then adjourn, no promise left unaddressed. This is where it rests. The tempo moves like steady breathing, unaware it doesn't shape the moment as important, it's fair. The orchestra opens like a horizon, then fades, then fades. It doesn't stay to decorate what remains. I stop assigning meaning to the calm or doubt. Some endings don't explain themselves, they bow out, and bowing out doesn't feel like loss, it feels kind, like something choosing not to occupy my mind. The harmony repeats without emphasis, less insistence each time. It isn't losing strength, it's refining. I feel the quiet settle deeper now, aligned. Nothing here is asking me to rewind. If closure doesn't announce itself, it still arrives. This is where it rests without return. The piano speaks, the strings respond. Then adjourn, no promise left unaddressed. This is where it rests. The melody stretches into open air, then steadies. It doesn't rise toward meaning, it readies. I remain inside the sound, it leaves unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra swells once more, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. This was where it rested, and I stayed as the final harmony faded out. I didn't sway, no echo left to test. This was where it rested. This was where it rested. The piano plays a few more notes, then lets them go. The piano starts like time settling, not moving, not still. Every note lands without resistance, without will. Nothing here is asking for resolution, nothing pleads. The sound exists in simple motion and leads. I don't anticipate a feeling shift, I let it stay. The to chase, understanding now I stand. This is where time settles, where nothing bends. The piano stays, the strings arrive, then gently end. No pressure, no rebuttals. This is where time settles. The tempo feels deliberately human, at rest. It doesn't stretch toward importance, it's content. The orchestra opens like a horizon, then slows. It doesn't ask the moment where it goes. I stop preparing for emotional return or pain. Some endings don't revisit you, they remain. And remaining doesn't feel like waiting. It feels done like something heavy set aside without a sound. If relief feels ordinary, that's enough. This is where time settles, where nothing bends. The piano stays, the strings arrive, then gently end. No pressure, no rebuttals. This is where time settles. Maybe love isn't meant to carry forward, maybe it's meant to land. If this is where it finally rests, I understand. Extended bridge, a melody repeats with softer edges, less reach. It doesn't ask the past for context, it releases each. I feel the quiet stabilize, my breath slow. Nothing here is asking me to go. The orchestra swells one final time, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. This is where time settles, and I stay as the final harmony dissolves to air. I don't sway, no echo left to wrestle. This is where time settles. The piano stops naturally, like it always planned to. The piano enters like held silence, something already there. It doesn't ask me to acknowledge it, it's aware. Every note feels self-contained, unconcerned with proof. The sound exists for what it is, and that's enough truth. I don't feel urgency in the memory, it doesn't press arrest, like something understood, nothing less. What we were doesn't haunt the space, it shares it well, like a quiet thought aloud to dwell. I thought quiet meant absence, now I know better. This is held silence, not empty, not cold. The piano moves, the strings responding, then loosen their hold. No fracture hidden in compliance. This is held silence, this is held silence. The tempo breathes like ordinary time, not staged. It doesn't underline the feeling, it behaves. The orchestra widens carefully, then recedes. It understands this moment doesn't need. I stop searching for emotional clarity or release. Some endings don't deliver answers, they decrease. And in that reduction, something opens, something true. Space enough to finally hear what's new. If calm doesn't arrive loudly, it still arrives. This is held silence, not empty, not cold. The piano moves, the doesn't echo forever. Maybe it settles in place. If this is how it sounds afterward, I'll take the space. Extended bridge, the harmony stretches gently out within steadies. It doesn't rise toward meaning, it readies. I stand inside the quiet it creates, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra lifts once more, then fades. It leaves the ending unafraid. This is held silence, and I'm intact as the final chord dissolves to nothing. I don't look back, no weight disguised as guidance. This is held silence. This is held silence. This is held silence. The sound ends where listening begins. The piano begins without direction, like it already knows the way. Every note feels unconcerned with what I'll say. There's no tension in the silence, no need to brace or lean. The sound just occupies the space between. I don't feel pulled towards the memory, it stays where it belongs, like a scene that ended naturally without a song. What we were doesn't interrupt the rhythm now, it exists without instruction, without a vow. I used to think endings needed force, now I don't. This is soft closure, nothing to defend. The piano stays, the strings arrive, then gently bend. No last confession, no exposure. This is soft closure. The tempo moves like steady ground, unrushed, unchanged. It doesn't dramatize the moment, it behaves. The orchestra opens like a window, then quietly retreats. It doesn't stay to dominate what it means. I stop rehearsing alternate versions, different turns. Some endings don't improve with edits they learn, and what they learn is simple, clear, and kind. Then nothing else is waiting in rewind. If peace feels understated, it's still peace. This is soft closure, nothing to defend. The piano stays, the strings arrive, then gently bend. No last confession, no exposure. This is soft closure. Maybe love doesn't need completion, maybe it already ran its course. If this is where the sound rests now, I won't force. Extended bridge, a melody repeats with less weight, less reach. It doesn't ask the past for meaning, it releases each. I feel the quiet settle in my chest, not tight, not loose, just balance enough to choose what's true. The orchestra swells once carefully, then steps aside. It leaves the ending untouched. Why? This is soft closure, and I remain as the final harmony fades to where nothing strains. No echo searching for composure. This is soft closure. stops mid-breath and nothing follows. The piano begins already quiet, like it waited for me. Every note feels self-aware, carefully free. Nothing here is building toward a release. The sound exists exactly as it is, at peace. I don't brace for emotional return or pain. The past doesn't lean into the present again. What we were feels evenly placed, not distant, not near. Like something finished honestly right here. I used to expect the drop afterward. Now I don't, it's already quiet. And I don't resist. The piano moves, the strings arrive and coexist. No moment left to edit, it's already quiet. It's already quiet. It's already quiet. The tempo moves like human thought, unforced. It doesn't frame the moment as important, of course. The orchestra widens briefly, then recedes. It understands what this ending needs. I stop asking whether I should feel more or less. Some endings don't deliver emotion, they compress. And in that compression something stabilizes, something true. Not really exactly, but you. If peace doesn't feel conclusive, it still counts. It's already quiet, and I don't resist. The piano moves, the strings arrive, then coexist. No moment left to edit, it's already quiet. It's already quiet. It's already quiet. Maybe love doesn't need an aftermath. Maybe this is it. If nothing else arrives after this sound, I'll sit. Extended bridge, the melody repeats with softer edges, less need. It doesn't look for context, it recedes. I feel the quiet align my breath slow. Even nothing here is asking me to be forgiven. The orchestra swells gently once, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. Final was already quiet, and I stayed as the final harmony faded to air. I didn't sway, no echo left to invite it. It was already quiet. It was already quiet. It was already quiet. The piano stops naturally, and so do I. The piano begins after it ends. After the last exchange, nothing here is asking me to rearrange. The notes arrive like they're aware of what's gone. They don't try to bring it back, they move on. I don't feel unfinished standing here, I feel done. Not because it didn't matter, but because it ran. What we had doesn't echo loudly, it stays low, like a truth that doesn't need to show. I used to wait for the feeling to break. Now I let it rest. This is after it ends, when the sound stays calm. The piano speaks, the strings respond, then withdraw their arms. No return, no recompense. This is after The tempo stays deliberately plain, unaffected. It doesn't decorate the moment, it respects it. The orchestra opens like distance wide and thin. It doesn't pull me outward, it lets me in. I stop assigning meaning to the ache or its lack. Some endings don't announce themselves, they retract, and in that quiet retraction something fits, not happiness exactly, but this calm feels unfamiliar. I won't question it. This is after it ends, when the sound stays calm. The piano speaks, the strings respond, and withdraw their arms. No return, no recompense. This is after it ends. Maybe love doesn't conclude loudly, maybe it exhales. If this how it sounds afterward, it prevails. Extended bridge, the harmony stretches longer now, not higher. It doesn't chase emotion, it retires. I remain inside the steady sound, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra swells once more, then fades. It leaves the space unafraid. This is after it ends, and I remain as the final chord dissolves away. Nothing strains, no echo left to defend. This is after it ends. The silence feels intentional. The piano starts without intention, like it's already late. Every note arrives without resistance, without weight. There's no urgency in the silence, no shape to fill. The sound exists because it can, and that is still. I don't reach for the memory anymore, it doesn't drift. It stays exactly where it ended, not adrift. What we were doesn't lean into the present, it waits, not asking for revival, not erased. And I used to think letting go meant falling, now I know it means standing. There's nothing to hold, and nothing slips away. The piano moves, the strings reply, then gently sway. No grip, no role to play. There's nothing to hold, there's nothing to hold. The tempo moves like ordinary time, unaffected. It doesn't frame the moment as important, it lets it. The orchestra enters carefully, then withdraws. It knows this isn't where the sound needs applause. I stop checking for emotional signals or shifts. Some endings don't transform you, they live. And in that lift something loosens, something clears. Not relief exactly, just years. If peace doesn't feel earned, it still belongs. There's nothing to hold, and nothing slips away. The piano moves, the strings reply, then gently sway. No grip, no role to play. There's nothing to hold, there's nothing to hold. Maybe love isn't something you keep, maybe it's something you pass. If this is all it leaves behind, then this will last. Extended bridge, the melody repeats without emphasis. No climb, it doesn't search for meaning, it stays in time. I feel the quiet balance in my chest, even slow. Nothing here is asking me to know. The orchestra swells once restrained, then recedes. It leaves the ending free of needs. There's nothing to hold, and I don't fall apart as the final harmony fades to where I stay, where I am. No shadow left untold. There's nothing to hold. There's nothing to hold. The piano ends mid-motion and I'll let it. The piano begins after everything, after the wait. Every note feels unconcerned with being late. There's no urgency in the sound, no need to climb. It moves like something comfortable with time. I don't wait for the ache to arrive or fear some endings don't come with pain. They clear what we were, doesn't lean into the present or ask. It stands exactly where it ended, intact. I notice how still my thoughts have become without effort. Nothing is pushing forward, nothing backward. There's no space I need to fill with meaning or voice. The quiet feels less like absence, more like choice. I used to expect the fall afterward. Now I expect ground. This is after everything, when nothing remains loud. The piano stays, the strings surround and bow out. No chapter left unfinished. This is after everything. The tempo moves like ordinary minutes, unmarked. It doesn't frame the moment as dramatic or dark. The orchestra enters like a wide breath, then slows. It doesn't ask the ending where it goes. I stop preparing for emotion, a return or proof. Some endings don't transform you, they smooth, and smoothing doesn't feel like forgetting. It feels fair, like something no longer asking to be carried. The harmony stretches longer than before, not rising. It doesn't chase feeling, it's residing. I let the sound repeat itself again and again. Each time it feels lighter than when. If peace feels ordinary, then it worked. This is after everything, when nothing remains loud. The piano stays, the strings surround and bow out. No chapter left unfinished. This is after everything. If this feels ordinary, then it worked. This was after everything, and begins like a resting place, not a beginning. Every note feels uninterested in winning. There's no tension in the opening, no arc to defend. The sound feels comfortable at the end. I don't search the silence for your voice, I let it be. The quiet doesn't feel empty, it feels complete. What we had doesn't knock on memory or press. It rests where it belongs, at rest. I notice how time feels unforced here, almost slow, not dragging, not rushing, just going. There's nothing asking for my reaction, no cue. The music plays without concern for what I do. I used to think endings needed weight, now I know they need space. This is where it rests, without return. The piano speaks, the strings respond, then adjourn. No promise left unaddressed. This is where it rests. The tempo moves like steady breathing, unaware. It doesn't shape the moment as important. It's fair. The orchestra opens like a horizon, then fades. It doesn't stay to decorate what remains. I stop assigning meaning to the calm or doubt. Some endings don't explain themselves, they bow out. And bowing out doesn't feel like loss, it feels kind, like something choosing not to occupy my mind. The harmony repeats without emphasis, less insistence each time. It isn't losing strength, it's refining. I feel the quiet settle deeper now, aligned. Nothing here is asking me to rewind. If closure doesn't announce itself, it still arrives. This is where it rests, without return. The piano speaks, the strings respond, then adjourn. No promise left unaddressed. This is where it rests. The melody stretches into open air, then steadies. It doesn't rise toward meaning, it readies. I remain inside the sound it leaves, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra swells once more, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled ears. This was where it rested, and I stayed as the final harmony faded out. I didn't sway, no echo left to test. This was where it rested. The piano plays a few more notes and lets them go. The piano begins without urgency, like it already waited long enough. Every note feels unafraid of being soft. There's no direction in the melody, no place it has to go. It moves because it's moving slow. I don't brace myself for memory, I don't prepare for pain. The past arrives without insistence, then fades again. What we were doesn't interrupt the air around me now. It stays exactly where it ended, allowed. I notice how the room feels neutral, neither warm nor cold. voice. I used to think silence meant something was wrong. Now I know it means it's done. I'm still afterward when nothing calls my name. The piano holds the strings, respond then drift away. No return, waiting forward, no reason to stay. I'm still afterward. The tempo moves like ordinary hours, unremarked. It doesn't highlight the feeling and lets it pass. The orchestra enters like distance, wide and thin. It doesn't pull me outward, it lets me in. I stop imagining a different version, another frame. Some endings don't want improvement, they remain. And remaining doesn't feel like waiting, it feels clear, like something no longer asking to be near. I let the harmony repeat itself softer each time, not because it's losing meaning, but because it's kind. There's no peak left to reach for, no low I need to avoid, just sound existing quietly employed. If peace feels unremarkable, that's how it survives. I'm still afterward and nothing pulls me back. The piano stays, the strings let go of what they had. No message hidden forward, no echo to obey. I'm still afterward. Extended bridge, the melody stretches longer now, not higher. It doesn't chase emotion, it retires. I take one breath inside the sound and another. Nothing here is asking me to recover. The orchestra widens slowly, then dissolves. It trusts the silence to finish what it starts. I was still afterward and I remained as the final harmony faded out. Nothing strained, no future rearranged, no past delayed. I was still afterward. The tenor now continues past the ending, then stops like it knew exactly when not to. The piano starts without a rival, like it was always here. Every note feels uninterested in being clear. There's no tension in the opening, no place to land. The sound exists without intention, unplanned. I don't reach for what we almost said or what we missed. The past feels evenly distributed, not dismissed. What we were doesn't interrupt the space, it stays exactly where it ended, in place. I used to expect a final signal, now I don't. There's no further sound, nothing left to rise. The piano holds, the strings appear, then quiet the sky. No echo waiting around. There's no further sound. The tempo moves like natural thought, unforced. It doesn't frame the moment as important. Of course, the orchestra enters carefully, then recedes. It understands what this ending needs. I stop checking for emotional proof. Some endings don't change you, they remove, and what they remove is pressure. or not care, like standing upright without realizing you were there. If calm doesn't announce itself, it still arrives. There's no further sound, nothing left to rise. The piano holds, the strings appear, then quiet the sky. No echo waiting around. There's no further sound. Maybe love isn't meant to resolve, maybe it dissolves. If this is all that remains of it, it's enough. Extended bridge, the melody repeats without emphasis. No climb, it doesn't seek meaning, it stays in time. I feel the quiet stabilize my breath slow. Nothing here is asking me to go. The orchestra swells once restrained, then fades. It leaves the silence unafraid. There's no further sound, and I remain as the final harmony fades to air. Nothing strains, no signal pulling me around. There's no further sound. The piano ends mid-motion, and that is fine. The piano begins without looking back, like it never learned how. Every note arrives independent of then or now. There's no suggestion of recurrence, no refrain. The sound moves forward softly, unchained. I don't anticipate the feeling resurfacing or pain. Some endings don't circle around, they remain. What we had doesn't knock on memory, it rests like some finished honestly. At best, I used to think meaning lived in echoes. Now I don't. Nothing returns and nothing needs to. The piano moves, the strings respond, then fall through. No door reopening burns. Nothing returns. The tempo holds its shape deliberately, unchanged. It doesn't escalate emotion, it behaves. The orchestra enters like distance, wide and thin. It doesn't pull me outward, it lets me in. I stop assigning lessons to the silence or gain. Some endings don't reward you, they explain. And what they explain is simple and clear, that I am still intact here. If peace doesn't feel instructional, it still counts. Nothing returns and nothing needs to. The piano moves, the strings respond, then fall through. No door reopening burns. Nothing returns. Maybe love isn't meant to repeat itself, maybe it's meant to pass. If this is all, at least behind it lasts. Extended bridge, the harmony stretches longer now, not higher. It doesn't chase emotion, it retires. I remain inside the steady sound, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra swells one final time, then fades. It leaves The sound ends once and stays ended. The piano starts without a rival, like it was always here. Every note feels uninterested in being clear. There's no tension in the opening, no place to land. The sound exists without intention, unplanned. I don't reach for what we almost said or what we missed. The past feels evenly distributed, not dismissed. What we were doesn't interrupt this space. It stays exactly where it ended, in place. I used to expect a final signal. Now I don't. There's no further sound, nothing left to rise. The piano holds, the strings appear, then quiet the sky. No echo waiting around. There's no further sound. The tempo moves like natural thought, unforced. It doesn't frame the moment as important, of course. The orchestra enters carefully, then recedes. It understands what this ending needs. I stop checking for emotional depth or proof. Some endings don't change you, they remove. And what they remove is pressure, not care. Like standing upright without realizing you were there. If calm doesn't announce itself, it's still arrives. There's no further sound, nothing left to rise. The piano holds, the strings appear, then quiet the sky. No echo waiting around. There's no further sound. Maybe love isn't meant to resolve, maybe it dissolves. If this is all that remains of it, it's enough. Extended bridge, a melody repeats without emphasis. No climb, it doesn't seek meaning, it stays in time. I feel the quiet stabilize my breath, slow. Nothing here is asking me to go. The orchestra swells once restrained, then fades. It leaves the silence unafraid. There's no further sound, and I remain as a final harmony fades to air. Nothing strange, no signal pulling me around. There's no further sound. The piano ends mid-motion, and that is fine. The piano starts like time settling, not moving, not still. Every note lands without resistance, without will. Nothing here is asking for resolution, nothing pleads. The sound exists in simple motion and leads. I don't anticipate a feeling shift, I let it stay. The past doesn't call for explanation. Today what we had doesn't need distance. To be clear, it stands exactly where it ended here. I used to chase understanding, now I stand. This is where time settles, where nothing bends. The piano stays, the strings arrive, then gently end. No pressure, no rebuttals. This is where time It doesn't stretch toward importance, it's content. The orchestra opens like a horizon, then slows. It doesn't ask the moment where it goes. I stop preparing for emotional return or pain. Some endings don't revisit you, they remain. And remaining doesn't feel like waiting. It feels done, like something heavy set aside without a sound. It really feels ordinary, that's enough. This is where time settles, where nothing bends. The piano stays, the strings arrive, then gently end. No pressure, no rebuttals. This is where time settles. Maybe love isn't meant to carry forward, maybe it's meant to land. If this is where it finally rests, I understand. Extended bridge, the melody repeats with softer edges, less reach. It doesn't ask the past for context, it releases each. I feel the quiet stabilize, my breath slow. Nothing here is asking me to go. The orchestra swells one final time, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. Find us where time settles, and I stay as the final harmony dissolves to air. I don't sway, no echo left to wrestle. This is where time settles. The piano stops naturally, like it always planned to. The piano enters like held silence, something already there. It doesn't ask me to acknowledge it, it's aware. Every note feels self-contained, unconcerned with proof. The sound exists for what it is, and that's enough truth. I don't feel urgency in the memory. It doesn't press, it rests like something understood, nothing less. What we were doesn't haunt the space, it shares it well, like a quiet thought allowed to dwell. I thought quiet meant absence, now I know better. This is held silence, not empty, not cold. The piano moves, the strings respond, then loosen their hold. No fracture hidden in compliance. This is held silence. The tempo breathes like ordinary time, not staged. It doesn't underline the feeling, it behaves. The orchestra widens carefully, then recedes. It understands this moment doesn't need. I stop searching for emotional clarity or release. Some endings don't deliver answers, they decrease. And in that reduction, something open, something true. Space enough to finally hear what's new. If calm doesn't arrive loudly, it still arrives. This is held silence, not empty, not cold. The piano moves, the strings respond, then loosen their hold. No fracture hidden in compliance. This is held silence. Maybe love doesn't echo forever. Maybe it settles in place. If this is how it sounds afterward, I'll take the space extended. Drink the harmony, stretches gently outward, then steadies. It doesn't rise toward meaning, it readies. I stand inside the quiet it creates, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra lifts once more, then fades. It leaves the ending unafraid. This is held silence, and I'm intact as the final chord dissolves to nothing. I don't look back, no weight disguised as guidance. This is held silence. The piano begins without direction, like it already knows the way. Every note feels unconcerned with what I'll say. There's no tension in the silence, no need to brace or lean. The sound just occupies the space between. I don't feel pulled toward the memory, it stays where it belongs, like a scene that ended naturally without a song. What we were doesn't interrupt the rhythm now, it exists without instruction, without a vow. I used to think endings needed force, now I don't. This is soft closure, nothing to defend. The piano stays, the strings arrive and gently bend. No last confession, no exposure. This is soft closure. The tempo moves like steady ground, unrushed, unchanged. It doesn't dramatize the moment, it behaves. The orchestra opens like a window, then quietly retreats. It doesn't stay to dominate what it means. I stop rehearsing alternate versions, different turns. Some endings don't improve with edits, they learn. And what they learn is simple, clear and kind, but nothing else is waiting in rewind. If peace feels understated, it's still peace. This is soft closure, nothing to defend. The piano stays, the strings arrive and gently bend. No last confession, no exposure. This is soft closure. Maybe love doesn't need completion, maybe it already ran its course. If this is where the sound rests now, I won't force. Extended bridge, the melody repeats with less weight, less reach. It doesn't ask the past for meaning, it releases each. I feel the quiet settle in my chest, not tight, not loose, just balance enough to choose what's true. The orchestra swells once carefully, then steps aside. It leaves the ending untouched. Why? This is soft closure, and I remain as the final harmony fades to air. Nothing strains, no echo searching for composure. This is soft closure. The piano stops mid-breath and nothing follows. The piano begins already quiet, like it waited for me. Every note feels self-aware, carefully free. Nothing here is building toward a release. The sound exists exactly as it is, at peace. I don't brace for emotion, return, or pain. The past doesn't lean into the present again. What we were feels evenly placed, not distant, not near, like something finished honestly right here. I used to expect the drop afterward, now I don't. It's already quiet, and I don't resist. The piano moves, the strings arrive, then coexist. No moment left to edit, it's already quiet. The tempo moves like human thought, unforced. It doesn't frame the moment as important, of course. The orchestra widens briefly, then recedes. It understands what this ending needs. I stop asking whether I should feel more or less. Some endings don't deliver emotion, they compress. And in that compression, something stabilizes, something true. Not relief exactly, but you. If peace doesn't feel conclusive, fix it, it still counts. It's already quiet, and I don't resist. The piano moves, the strings arrive, then coexist. No moment left to edit. It's already quiet. Maybe love doesn't need an aftermath. Maybe this is it. If nothing else arrives after this sound, I'll sit, extended bridge. The melody repeats with softer edges, less need. It doesn't look for context, it recedes. I feel the quiet align my breath, slow. Even nothing here is asking me to be forgiven. The orchestra swells gently once, then clears. It leaves behind untroubled years. Final, it was already quiet, and I stayed as the final harmony faded to air. I didn't sway, no echo left to invite it. It was already quiet. The piano stops naturally, and so do I. The piano begins after it ends, after the last exchange. Nothing here is asking me to rearrange. The notes arrive like they're aware of what's gone. They don't try to bring it back, they move on. I don't feel unfinished standing here, I feel done. Not because it didn't matter, but because it ran. What we had doesn't echo loudly, it stays low like a truth that doesn't need to show. I used to wait for the feeling to break. Now I'll let it rest. This is after it ends, when the sound stays calm. The piano speaks, the strings respond, then withdraw their arms. No return, no recompense. This is after it ends. The tempo stays deliberately plain, unaffected. It doesn't decorate the moment, it respects it. The orchestra opens like distance, wide and thin. It doesn't pull me outward, it lets me in. I stop assigning meaning to the ache, or its lack. Some endings don't announce themselves, they retract. And in that quiet retraction, something fits. Not happiness exactly, but this. If calm feels unfamiliar, I won't question it. This is after it ends, when the sound stays calm. The piano speaks, the strings respond, then withdraw their arms. No return, no recompense. This is after it ends. Maybe love doesn't conclude loudly, maybe it exhales. If this is how it sounds, afterward it prevails. Extended bridge, the harmony stretches longer now, not higher. It doesn't chase emotion, it retires. I remain inside the steady sound, unmoved. Nothing here is asking me to prove. The orchestra swells once more, then fades. It leaves the space unafraid. The piano starts without intention, like it's already late. Every note arrives without resistance, without weight. There's no urgency in the silence, no shape to fill. The sound exists because it can, and that is still. I don't reach for the memory anymore. It doesn't drift, it stays exactly where it ended, not adrift. What we were doesn't lean into the present. It waits, not asking for revival, not erased. I used to think letting go meant falling. Now I know it means standing. There's nothing to hold, and nothing slips away. The piano moves, the strings reply, then gently sway. No grip, no role to play. There's nothing to hold, nothing to hold. The tempo moves like ordinary time, unaffected. It doesn't frame the moment as important, it adds it. The orchestra enters carefully, then withdraws and knows this isn't where the sound needs applause. I stop checking for emotional signals or a shift. Some endings don't transform you, they lift, and in that lift, something loosens, something clears, not really just years. If peace doesn't feel earned, it still belongs. There's nothing to hold, and nothing slips away. The piano moves, the strings apply, then gently sway. No grip, no role to play. There's nothing to hold, nothing to hold. Maybe love isn't something you keep, maybe it's something you pass. If this is all it leaves behind, then this will last. Extended bridge, the melody repeats without emphasis. No climb, it doesn't search for meaning, it stays in time. I feel the quiet balance in my chest, even slow. Nothing here is asking me to know. The orchestra swells once restrained, then recedes. It leaves the end in